afternoon. It is exactly 4 p.m. East African time here in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for always keeping it TV47. You're just in time for news now at 4 with I, Sheilar, Chelargat, as I get you informed on the latest at this hour. We begin now where learning remains paralyzed in public universities across the country. Now entering day 7 of the ongoing lecturer strike, the educators are protesting the government's failure to honor a collective bargaining agreement signed nearly 8 years ago. At the heart of the dispute, a demand for 7.9 billion shillings. Addressing the media on Wednesday, the lecturers reiterated their stand. They won't return to class until their demands are fully met. The strike, led by UASU, KUSO and other university staff unions, has disrupted operations in all public universities. Last week, the government released 2.7 billion shillings to settle part of the dues. However, lecturers maintain that the amount falls far short of what was agreed, vowing to continue their boycott until the full CBA is implemented.
Pay if you want to shorten the strike, pay. Like the way you paid 2.73 billion. Pesa ikiingilia kwa account yetu tingling. Bank alert. Yes. We can reconsider. But before bank alert, prepare for a long strike. Thank you very much.
To the National Treasury and all the way to the National Assembly. As a parent ministry, it has the obligation and it is a responsibility to ensure that the monies that we are demanding are actually paid, because Parliament already gave us the money. Attorney General already advised that that money be paid, and therefore we have come to present our petition and it looks like the parent ministry is asleep.
Can this money be paid forthwith, and then we will consider what to do next on the 2025-2029 CBA.
Of course, more of that story in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. And away from that, a family from Alego Usonga constituency is calling on Kenyans and well-wishers to help them bring their only daughter back to Kenya, who went to Saudi Arabia to work as a house manager. According to her mother, Eunice Acheng, Christabel Atieno went overseas as to seek for green pasture in 2022. But from 2024, her situation in the foreign state worsened after her boss started mistreating her before she was thrown into Al-Malasi police station. The family is appealing to the Kenyan embassy to help reconnect with their daughter.
Mimi ni mzazi wa mtoto anaitwa Christabel Atieno. Christabel Atieno alitoka hapa mwaka wa 2022 mwezi wa 6 akienda kutafuta kazi nchi ya Uarabuni, Saudi Arabia. Sasa yeye ndio mtoto wangu wa kwanza. Alienda kutafuta kazi huko, akawa anafanya kazi huko Saudi Arabia, akamaliza contract yake. Wakati sasa alijiandaa kwamba arudi Kenya aone familia yake, boss wake alianza uzushi na yeye, akamnyang'anya kila kitu. Akanipigia mimi kama mzazi kuniambia kwamba mama, nataka kurudi lakini boss ameninyang'anya kila kitu yangu, hadi passport, hadi ID yangu. Hakuna vile nitarudi.
Mimi naomba tu usaidizi kwa mwenye anaweza kutusaidia kama familia. Tunaomba watusaidie ili mtoto arudi Kenya. Mbunge wangu Samuel Atandi, tunakuomba utusaidie ili mtoto arudi nyumbani. Kulingana na embassy tuliwaandikia barua na after 2 days huwa nawapigia, lakini majibu kamili hakuna. Ukiwapigia wanakuambia bado tumengojea ripoti kutoka Saudi Arabia. Sasa hivi vile tuliandika barua sasa ni karibu 1 month imepita. Sasa hatujui usaidizi tutapata wapi.
Away from that, another school in Kericho County has been closed indefinitely following violent unrest in Bureti, Kericho County. Tengecha Boys High School was closed after an arson incident on Tuesday night. Speaking following the incident, Tengecha School's board chair Samuel Koros said that the boys were cooperating with the neighboring Tengecha Girls High School, which had planned to protest, leading to the chaos. The boys tried to ban the dormitory, but the community was there on time and prevented more destruction. The unrest forced the Board of Management to convene an emergency meeting to determine the root cause. Meanwhile, police have launched investigations into the incident.
Where we were worried was the Girls High School, because the girls had said we want to go on strike and we want the boys to come and support us. There was even leaflets that had been drawn to the boys' high school asking for assistance. So we were not anticipating for any strike in the boys' high school because the boys were very calm.
Wasasi ndio wanalipa damages. Na saa hii naona wasasi hawataweza hii.
Ministry of Education to see what kind of support that they are going to give to the school and to the parents, so that the parent can be able to feel comfortable and to feel free to bring back their learners to the school. We want to urge the managers of the schools to be able to talk to our learners. We know this is an exam period. There is exam anxiety. There is also what the students are raising, not only in this school, but also we hear from other schools.
And into the world of politics, where ODM has officially launched the nomination process to select a candidate who will fly the party's flag in the upcoming by-election expected next month. 4 aspirants, including Boyd Were, son of the late former MP Charles Were, Newton Ogada, Okindo Majiawa, and Adele Ottoman, gathered at the Oyugi's Hall to witness the launch of the nomination process. The process began peacefully with no incidents of violence reported, although some aspirants expressed doubt over the nomination's credibility. The nomination comes months after the 2-term serving MP for Kasipul Charles Ongondo Were was gunned down in Nairobi.
ODM as a party, they have put it well. Where you voted, so long as you are a member of ODM, only that you have ID and you registered as ODM party member, you are allowed to vote. And things are going well, security is well off, security is well compacted, and we are going through well.
Uchaguzi mzuri, tuliendelea vizuri, na tunatarajia kwa uchaguzi itakuwa fair, well, tena itakuwa mzuri kwa wale wanakuja kupiga kura.
I think this is the worst nomination that the ODM is trying to do in our constituency. But we are with them and we are telling them that we are aware of everything and our eyes are open wider. We want to see how they are doing it, and after the result is when we will know whether it was.
Still on matters nominations, tensions are rising in Ugunja constituency as uncertainty looms over the much-anticipated ODM nomination exercise scheduled for Friday. A section of party members have voiced growing frustration, citing a lack of transparency in the process. Speaking on behalf of the disgruntled members, Emmanuel Odhiambo expressed concern over what he described as murky and disorganized preparations, with just 2 days to go before the primaries. Odhiambo noted the critical details about the exercise remain unclear, a situation that has fueled suspicion and unease among ODM supporters.
Ningeomba hivi kama mama wa soko wa Ugunja, sisi kama watu wa biashara wa Ugunja, tunaomba hii uchaguzi ambayo tunaelekea hii on Friday, tunataka ikuwe na imani. Hiyo mpango ya kustua watu, unaweza fikiria kama mtu anapiga story, usifikirie kama anasema tu. Palipo inakuwa na moshi, lazima kuna moto chini. Wanajaribu kutustua, na hiyo kutustua tumezoea. Hiyo wamezoanga kila wakati, lakini this time round watatustua, lakini sisi hatuko karibu tayari kukufa. Tunataka amani.
On behalf of voters of Ugunja, allow me make few statements regarding the opaqueness in our party, ODM, regarding the Friday 26th September nominations. As we head to the ODM party primaries in Ugunja this Friday, there remains glaring gaps that the party must urgently address to safeguard the integrity of the exercise. These primaries are a defining moment for our constituency, and ODM must ensure transparency, preparedness, and fairness. The new agreed polling centers have not yet been uploaded. The issue of which register will be used and the publication of presiding officers' names remain pending. By now, this information should be in the public domain.
And away from that, Embakasi North MP James Gakuya has called for vigilance in Mukuru Kwanjenga slums affordable housing project, saying only genuine residents should benefit from the project. Gakuya, who lauded the project, was joined by Nairobi South MCA Waithera Shege, who urged residents to ignore propaganda from a section of politicians unhappy with the project benefiting slum dwellers. Affordable Housing CEO Sheilar said President William Ruto is expected in the area to hand over houses in the second phase of the project.
Ni mzuri kama mradi kama huu wa maana namna hiyo ukija tuupokee na tusaidike sisi wenyewe. Ile ilani moja nitasema ni vizuri vetting zinafanywa sawa, tusiletewe wageni kwa manyumba, zile ardhi zetu zinajengwa, ili umiliki uwe ni wetu wenyewe. Na tukienda kwa hiyo barabara, mimi nitasema hiyo barabara kama mnasaidika nitaiunga mkono.
Ajenda ni moja na ajenda ni shughuli za boma yangu. Kuna watu ambao wamekuwa wakisikiza a lot of propaganda pale kwa barabara. Si ni ukweli? But the ministry is here to clarify any issue, any challenge, anything that you've been hearing along the road na hujui majibu yake ni gani.
Hii activation ya mara ya pili ama hii registration drive tulifungua wiki kama 2 ama 3 zenye zimepita. Haijapita wiki 3, lakini nyumba zote 4536 watu wameapply. Naona kwa muda mfupi sana, na ni kwa sababu watu waliweza kuona kumbe ni kweli kuna wale wenzetu washapata nyumba wanaishi huko.
And it's a major relief for students of Setkebor Junior Secondary School and residents of the surrounding Rongai constituency in Nakuru County. They now have access to clean and safe water following the commissioning of a 4 million Kenyan shillings water and sanitation project funded by the Kenya Pipeline Company Foundation. Speaking during the commissioning ceremony, KPC Wayleave manager Stanley Manduku reaffirmed the foundation's commitment to improving lives through targeted investments in health, education, water and sanitation. Rongai MP Paul Chebor applauded the initiative, noting that the project addresses the long-standing issue of water scarcity in the region. All right, and into the world of sports, where the Kenya National Baseball 5 youth team has landed in Nayarit, Mexico, all set to make its mark at the ongoing Baseball 5 World Cup, which officially kicked off today at Parque La Loma. The 8-member squad fresh from a month-long residential training camp at African Nazarene University, is making its debut on the global stage. Kenya opens the tournament against top-seeded Cuba before facing off with South Korea and Spain in the group stage.
This is a great motivation because the team has worked so hard in the last 2 years We were in South Africa for the continental qualifiers, and we emerged as number 2 behind Ghana. And now we've come here to make that statement again, that Kenya is speaking loud.
It's a litmus test for us, because we have to beat them. And by doing so, we'll be making a statement that we are there among the top to win the tournament at the end of the day.
And we've trained so well. We know that we are so much prepared to face the world, and we assure people that we'll do nothing but the best.
And Bingwa Fest national 1500-meter champion Purity Chepkirui will headline the athletics action on Thursday during the Nyanza regional round of season 2 at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Stadium in Siaya County. Chepkirui is among over 500 athletes registered for the second leg of the competition. They're all vying for a share of the 6 million shillings prize pool. Football matches are already underway at the Siaya Polytechnic grounds, while rugby 10-a-side and 3x3 basketball tournaments are scheduled to begin on Friday at the KMTC grounds in Siaya. Winners in both men's and women's football and rugby categories will each walk away with 1 million shillings in the previous leg held in Nakuru. Plantech FC and Shabab Ladies won the football titles, while Menengai Oilers Academy and Nakuru Women dominated rugby. Pirates chapter and Hookies clinched basketball victories. All right, that concludes News Now at 4 here on TV47. My name is Sheilar. More of those stories in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your viewership. Good afternoon.